So you have the organic arts market,
Larry Love's Organic Market.
organic market.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Okay, and then you have the pop up for Black Music Month
Pop out.
that you pop out.
Mhm.
Yes,
I
pop
say
out.
up all the time. And that was on purpose, by the way. The up out was on purpose.
What?
When I'm coming up with event names or ideas, I don't want to call it the pop up, because I mean everybody pops up. Number one, we already had the idea, the concept, everything we were doing. We just didn't have a name, because I was sitting with it. Like, I don't like using other names for other people to use, but it's like, okay, you only used it one time. It's like, okay, why use it? Because we literally popped out. It was 3 hours. Like, we did everything. You come. If you missed that 3 hours, we're out of there. If you get there 8:30, it's over. For real. But that was on purpose. We did it on a Sunday. We wanted it to be like quick and painless, but still super impactful. So I didn't feel like it was a pop-up. I felt like it was something we were popping out and doing something real quick.
For the city.
And then to the other side, we are gonna do an actual finale. I let people know that online, but I'm gonna let them know for real soon. But we're not, after this, we're not doing no more. And not never again. I just don't know when we'll be doing another one.
I think that the reception of that was well. It was always packed. People were coming, even with like the weather challenges and stuff like that. Like, it feels successful. So you believe it was successful as well?
Absolutely. It was very successful, for sure. It was a pinnacle for me, a place of like, dang, okay, all this work makes sense, and people really rocking with the vision. Like, all of this is very intentional for me. I'm not just doing stuff to do stuff. Like, at one point in my career I was, but even then it was still intention. It was to figure out what works and what doesn't work, what people respond to and what they don't. Yeah.
So the organic market that you host, how is that? How do you come about doing that?
Yeah. So back to 2020, I love fruit, and I've eaten fruit like my entire life. Like, I love it. And 2020, I did a 10-day green smoothie cleanse, and I had never done like a real cleanse, like a food cleanse, like use the food as the cleanse. Like, there was no supplements, it was just food. So it was everything was raw. I think I was able to eat like, and I barely eat these anymore, but I was able to eat like 2 eggs a day. And that's the only cooked thing I could eat for 10 days.
Everything else was smoothies.
Everything was smoothies or like celery, or it's all raw.
Veggies and fruit.
And my body did like a complete reset. Like, my skin changed. I lost like 20 pounds in 10 days just because I dropped a lot of weight from my intestines. Like, it was a lot of cleaning and cleaning out. And after that, I just started thinking about like the power of food, and I'm always thinking about community. So people have been asking me to do these vendor markets, and I don't like doing it.
You want to stay away?
Yeah, just because it's so much, there's so many pieces, right? Like, you gotta make sure your vendors are straight. You gotta make sure you don't overbook anybody. Your vendors are like VIP, you gotta make sure they're good, and that's just that piece. Then you gotta program the event, right? But imagine doing all of that and nobody comes, right? This happens a lot, and they didn't pay money to come event. It's a lot, right? So the piece that people miss is the bringing people out, but then some people get people to come out, and then the show sucks. So it's just a lot. It's so many elements to make sure it's clear. So at the time, I was talking to my homie Trey Ford, and there's a seat for Duval Soil and Water. So we were having more conversations about agriculture and things I was trying to tap into just from a communal level. I was tapping into for myself, but I felt like other people needed to tap into it. And he was doing some things at Earth's Farm. I felt like it was a way to like do it lightly. And I had told him about the idea, and he's somebody who's gonna hold you to your idea when you bring it to him. He was like, so what about that thing you were telling me about? Yeah, I appreciate that. So we had a conversation for months, and finally it was like, listen, bro, I have this opportunity, this opening, do you wanna do it? So we did the first one, and it's the goal is to get people, he would say, to bring culture back to agriculture.
Okay.
A lot of people, we live in Florida and they'll spend time outside, and that's odd to me because we live in Florida. I know it's hot.
I was gonna say, the first thing they say is it's hot.
I know it's hot, but it's not always hot. You know what I mean? And people still choose to be inside. We have nature trails. We have 400 parks in Jacksonville. This place is crazy. And I'm not gonna get into the Jacksonville boring thing, but.
Oh, we are.
Okay. So I felt like what better way than to use my influence. People were watching me on this journey too. Like I was posting every day what I was eating, what I was drinking, while I was doing it, the weight loss, like my skin, everything. And I did like a exit interview, if you will, afterwards. And I was like, I can just shift this energy into something event-based. And I like doing that because it makes all these things tangible. Like you see me online doing all this stuff, and then I get to bring you to an event and you get to feel what it is. So we did the first one at Eartha's Farm and Market. And the thought process was it'll be a little culture. So some music, some fresh food, Naps, Chef Naps, Feed DeVille came and he did like a cooking demonstration. And what he did was he shopped with everybody there. Like all the fresh foods, and then he made stuff. He made it on the spot. He made like some kind of salsa, and like he made it right there.
Yeah.
And then I had him mic'd up. It was really dope. Yeah. And then we also had people doing farm tours. So Chef Nap's cooking. We're doing a little poetry. I got the vibes going. By the way, the vibes were like Trigger Mantra by Janae Aiko, and it's like sound bowl music, and then it's like Anderson .Paak and I think of my guy's name, but I'm playing things that I consider like more high vibrational music.
Yeah.
On a farm, across the street from the farm, it's technically a project, right? And people are listening to this music like, what's happening? They're like, hey, come over, get some fresh food, get a smoothie, you know what I mean? So that first one did exactly what it was supposed to do. Again,
you got a good turnout and everything too.
Having things in my head and then fleshing them out and watching people like receive the intention and the energy behind what I did. So yeah, we've only done 3 for real. So the first one was March 2024. The second one was December 2024, and then the third one was here.
Recently. Y'all gonna say it was like over there or something?
Right here, yeah.
Okay. When's the next one?
I don't know yet.
No, not yet.
I don't know yet. I don't know how to answer.
But I love that idea, and I love that, like, especially in our community, in the Black community, like that aspect of having fresh food, having access to it, and then just being in a place where we're amongst each other and we're patronizing, you know, our businesses, we're learning from each other. I think that's very important for our community, especially in Jacksonville.
Especially in Jacksonville. I don't have an answer for when. There is another one happening soon though.
Okay, well that's fair. You got a lot on your plate, and I'm pretty sure there are other future events that you're working on right now.
Yeah.
Like what?
Which one do I want to talk about? So, R&B Mostly, right? What's happening is the energy is bubbling. A lot.
There's big energy there, yes.
And I'm grateful. But for me, I like to disperse energy.
Okay.
So we did one installment. I plan on creating like 3 other, I guess if you will, like spin-offs of R&B Mostly. And they're not really spin-offs because it's not going to be the same thing at all. This is going to be under the umbrella of R&B Mostly. There'll be R&B based. So we did an event called The Red Door, where my brother Metamorphosis, who makes a lot of my clothes, he made my War Ready shirt. He makes the Be More shirt. He's a artist as well. He's a photographer, videographer, writer.
Another guy was painting.
He does caricatures. He's phenomenal brother of mine. So we did an event called The Red Door, and it was R&B Mostly and MPN, which is Mr. Al Pete, presents The Red Door. And The Red Door was like, it's what it sounds like a speakeasy, like a red door. Like you have to, so literally we painted the door red. So when you came up to the video, it was like, oh, I'm assuming that's the entrance because it's a red door. And it's the only red door I see.
Okay.
So you kind of creeped into the back of another Phoenix Art District building that we use. You kind of crept into the back, and then you had to go down this long red hallway, and then you came in. Yeah, but you heard music.
Okay.
And then you came down the hallway and you saw this art, and it was all his art. He painted a lot of us in the community, and then some other characters that he had created. So that's what's happening in the art. We're about to tap into live music soon, and we're gonna start having some conversations, like literally creating events where it is conversation based and surround music. I believe it's time. Like I created this for community, and community isn't just standing in front of each other, dancing, listening to music. Like I want y'all to meet. I want y'all to talk. I want y'all to work together. Like I have, I've said this before, but I have R&B Mostly babies. So people who either met at R&B Mostly or conceived the night of R&B Mostly, and now they have a child that they thank me for.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Your middle name Love? Yeah. That's cute. You should have said that. For real.
Yeah. For sure. I feel like
How does
it.
your son feel about that? I'm kidding. Okay. Not much longer. I want to get into Jacksonville Renaissance. I think you talk about that. You coined that term, I feel like.
Yeah.
But before we get into like what that looks like for you, I feel like you answered that. I think I want you to answer it from the angle of knowing like we did a story. A story about a particular, business that did a study that said Jacksonville, the boring new city of the South. That story did numbers.
I know it did.
But that story also did like numbers when it came to conversation.
Yes.
And ultimately, when we're reporting about things like this, of course, like our goal is not to demonize Jacksonville or to further that stigma about how people feel about Jacksonville, but it's to get those conversations going.
Yeah.
And I've seen both sides. I've seen people who agree with it. I've seen people who are just like, this is horrible. Like, I hate this. Why are y'all taking this? News to Jackson, don't mess with y'all. Like all these different sides of things. So I want to know, kind of already have a feeling, but I want to know, as someone who is trying to like dispel that stigma and these like, not rumors, but allegations about Jacksonville and everything, how do you feel like seeing that, knowing like, I'm working to change, like what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
so I try to do my best to have a bird's eye view of things. So I'm emotional about stuff, but I try to like understand. I truly try to understand. And real understanding takes kind of removing yourself out of the way and like sitting with information. So on my recent podcast, I spoke about some of this, and it was from a more heightened. I have an R&B Mostly podcast, yeah. I spoke from a more heightened standpoint, but today I'll speak on like.
You were mad.
I was upset.
You was upset.
Well, because
you took it personal?
No, I didn't take it personal.
Okay.
I just
wanted to...
because, like you said, it created a lot of conversation.
Yes.
And when you create conversation, you realize people's ignorance. You also realize when people are right, and they maybe haven't had an opportunity to speak on things. So I just came from the perspective of listening to the ignorant people and like, man, y'all don't know what y'all talking about, right? Okay. So what I'll speak on now is I still didn't agree with us being number one, but here's where I understood it, especially as you dug deeper into their research. Like they were dealing with like size of the city, and there were certain topics they were talking about, and around the topics that they're talking about, in many ways I agree. Like we were talking about restaurants from the perspective, even though I love our food, they were talking about restaurants from the perspective of like chain restaurants. And then something else they were talking about was like nightlife and nightclubs, and those are things we lack, especially when it comes to the size of Jacksonville, which is a whole nother conversation about how I feel about Jacksonville consolidating to a city. That's a whole nother thing. Like it's a big city, because what are y'all doing? Whatever.
Land-wise, you're number one.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, that causes so many problems for us. You know what I mean?
With
10 cities in one city. Like, so I understood it. I think for me, I want people to challenge what they view fun as. And that's where my issue with some of the comments are. People are gonna have their opinions, they need to have their opinions. But it's like, y'all don't go outside, they don't do things. You don't even do the things you're talking about. Not everybody, because there are some people who are like, man, I've done a lot of the things. But it's like, I guess for some people, fun is only going to nightclubs and restaurants. And that's it. Yeah. They don't go outside, they don't go to community things, they don't go to concerts, things are actively changing. And I think for me too, where, as a crusader, if you will, like as somebody who's working to fix the problem, I see how much we've grown. And I also am behind the scenes, and I see a lot of the building that's happening. Yeah. And as people are like, oh, Jacksonville been saying it's gonna change for 10 years, it's saying it's gonna change for 25 years. And I'm like, yeah, bro, but the cranes are in the sky right now, bro. Like,
all over the sky.
Y'all aren't driving around. And as a person who travels, I've watched DC get gentrified. I've watched Atlanta get gentrified. I've watched Inglewood. Mind you, we got a new stadium coming. Inglewood, one of the newest stadiums. Even Vegas, I watched those stadiums get built. I watched what they did to the area, and I'm like, as a person who actively goes to these places and put myself in these environments, I know what's happening. Like I see it, and y'all not. All right, man, you better catch the wave now.
But that's why you're a proponent for the change.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like in this instance, actions just speak louder.
Absolutely.
So your actions are speaking louder.
Which is why I don't speak on a whole lot. This is probably the second time I think I said something online, maybe. So that might be 3 times that I really spoke on it.
Now.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna just keep working.
I'm
gonna just work. That's it. That's where I'm at.
Okay, well, I thank you so much for this interview. It went great. Is there anything that I touched on that you would like to leave the viewers with?
Absolutely. I want to talk about the Renaissance real quick. So I believe we live in a very divine time in the world right now. I believe it's like a shift happening. Part of that shift is we are the new adults. Like it's our time to really like take hold. Even this space that we're sitting in, Angie is my peer. You know what I mean? She's made her mark for years now, but it's because she chose to do it a long time ago. The shift is on us to change how we want whatever the issues are to be. So I keep mentioning Jacksonville Renaissance because it truly feels like a renaissance. A renaissance tends to come after revolution. Like it's the actual change. So it might be like fighting. So think about 2020 as a revolution, if you will, right? We were in the streets, we're doing this, now it's like, all right, things gotta be implemented or thrown out. And now we're actively working on it. So I believe a lot of times the Renaissance is led by the creatives first because we tend to be the voice. And then sometimes with our hands and then the feet start moving and politics and things start changing. I truly believe this is a time of artists in Jacksonville feeling empowered where we, for decades, have not felt empowered, have not felt like Jacksonville, let alone the state, let alone the country, cared about us like that. But we care about us now, and we're making other people, we're putting other people on notice concerning that. So I'm leaving from the artist side of the Jacksonville Renaissance, and the pop-out was so dope because we got to do it on the land of one of the original Harlem Renaissance leaders who's from here anyways. You know what I mean? It just feels so, I guess, I don't want to use the word serendipitous, but it just feels amazing to be a part and to keep screaming Jacksonville Renaissance. People are like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, if you don't see it, bro, you'll see it soon.
I mean, it'll catch on.
Yeah.
Everybody will do that.
So
thank you for sharing the extension of your love today.
Absolutely.
Lastly, we just have, it's called the Fast Five.
Okay.
Right? It's just this or that. We'll say like 5 different elements. You just choose one or the other.
Okay.
All right?
Got it.
So the first one, if you were to bring it back to Jacksonville Landing or the Regency Square Mall. That's 5. You have 5 seconds.
Which is coming back, by the way.
In a sense.
The area coming back.
Well, there we go. So resurgence in Arlington. Okay, I'm from Arlington. So. Okay, which one would you prefer? Jenkins barbecue or Holly?
Jenkins.
Oh, that was quick. Okay,
Smack.
all right.
Smack. Grew up on it.
We on the way to the beach. Publix sub or Publix chicken?
Publix chicken.
There we go. Okay,
Chicken.
All right, you got to bring them back because we're going out tonight. Plush or Club Aqua?
Aqua.
Aqua?
I didn't spend a lot of time in Plush.
Okay, that's fair. And all right, cool. R&B Mostly? Or the Pop Out?
Oh, I love that question. R&B Mostly.
R&B Mostly.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
That was fun.
For sure.
Thank you.